Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie. Today we're going to be doing a tarot money assessment. It's going to be a little different to the money readings because we're going to be focusing on those of you who feel like maybe money is draining out, like it doesn't really stays with you. It may come in abundantly, but just as abundantly it leaves your life, and we're going to be focusing on that. This is a reading that I encourage every single one of you to watch because it never hurts. You know, even if you're not experiencing this necessarily, the messages that are coming for other Pisces on how to best navigate this area, they can nurture and support your own experience anyway. So let's focus on that. Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for hanging out. And I truly hope that you enjoy this reading. Universe, please bring in the most relevant, important, accurate, and powerful messages for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Pisces, especially, of course, those watching. What or who causes right now the financial drain for Pisces? 8 of Pentacles. Some of you are very focused on working diligently, working hard, going after things in a way that your energy is like barely sustaining. So, you know, what I'm receiving here is that some of you are working really hard, so much so that you don't realize that you could be working really like easier, like less, and making more money. It's like you're so focused on what you're doing that you're not maybe seeing the bigger picture. Now, as far as this card representing what is the actual financial drain, let me clarify. So the financial drain right now could be a lack of focus in general. Could be a lack of focus. Could be bouncing from one thing to the next and focusing on a lot of little things instead of going all in into one big thing that could be the one that provides you with the most. There's something in your life that you could be doing. One of those gazillion options you have that is going to give you a lot of money for very little work. But some of you have been bouncing back and forth, back and forth. You want to do one thing one day, you want to do another thing the next day, and this bouncing around is the drain. Because it's like nothing stays long enough for it to grow and multiply. It's like, I see that some of you are focusing perhaps on little offers, little sales, little products, as opposed to focusing on one thing for years on end. And they're telling you here, if you choose one and stay the course on that one, that is going to make your work easier. It's going to start feeling easier. It's going to start to feel more automatic. There are going to be systems that are going to be developing in place just by the fact that you've been doing that for a long time. And that is going to stop the drain because it's going to like compound like in a good way towards more income. So let's see emotionally. What is this drain bringing emotionally? So for some of you, it's an illusion of freedom. Some of you don't want to feel like you're trapped within anything. You may want to feel like you can bounce back and forth however you please. Some of you are lacking a sense of commitment in what you're doing. It's like you don't want to go all in because you want to feel like you can change your mind any minute. Like you don't want to really just stick to one thing because you want to be free, pretty much. But the thing is, I'm getting that need for that kind of freedom, it's actually really keeping the money from really staying and therefore creating a different kind of entrapment, which is not having the money to do the things that you want to do. Very interesting here. It's like it gives you an emotional sense of peace, an illusion of freedom. But then when you look at the actual results, you realize that you're not that free because you don't really have the results that you want as far as money goes. Take it if it resonates. This may not be for all, of course. So how can Pisces stop this drain right away? Like in the short term, how can this drain be solved or fixed? Ace of Pentacles. There is going to be something that encompasses all the other things, if that makes sense. Let's say that you sell individual pieces for car repair. Some of you are actually going to be stepping out of that and into like full-blown car remodeling, like just changing one car completely, or selling cars like brand new cars. It's something like going from doing 1,000 tiny sales to doing just one and getting the same amount of money. You know what I mean? So some of you are going to go into higher ticket items, so to speak, higher ticket sales, bigger things. Because having 1,000,000 tiny focuses is just not working, it seems. You're going to start doing things in a way that is more I mean, it's easier. It's more what's the word I'm looking for? Like effective? On a long term, they're telling you here, you're gonna have to learn to find that sense of freedom and excitement and joy within one path. It's like instead of I don't even know how to like explain everything that I'm getting. Instead of walking seven different paths, somehow bouncing from one to the next, they're gonna tell you just walk one path, but put all of your efforts, all of your skills, all of your abilities into that one basket or path. And the thing is, you're going to be able to show up better for what you're doing when you don't have to do 1,000,000 tiny things. It's like you're going to have more energy, you're going to have more focus, you're going to have a better ability to show up fully if it's more about quality than quantity. But what about that money? What about when it comes in? Why is it always leaving, right? Why is it always flowing out? it's the same emotional aspect of you, possibly inner child, that wants an illusion of freedom. So basically what this sums up to be is the reason why money is flowing out of your life just as easily as it comes in, or even easier. It's because your inner child is needing a sense of freedom and fun that you're not giving it in a different way. So how can we give your inner child that sense of freedom and fun that is not actually an illusion? It's actually real. Well, bringing all of the qualities that you find freeing and fun into one thing. One thing that could have a lot of different layers and a lot of different aspects of it to satisfy all of your needs, from your inner child to your inner adult or whatever. Your inner adult, because some of us are not connected to our actual adult. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. It's how can we bring that all in? So it is not an illusion. So it is actually giving us literally the freedom that we seek. Not the freedom to hide, not the freedom to run away, not the freedom to play small, but instead the freedom to actually pay for the things we want to pay. The freedom to actually step up into our highest potential. Let's keep asking, let's keep looking. It's like, for example, some of you, you're travelers, you're nomads. It is the way it is. Some of you are artists. Some of you are explorers, creatives. So choose something that holds within it precisely that. For example, instead of doing a ton of little things with the hope to save in order to have a lot of travel, how about you create a business that exists around traveling? And you make real money that you can then use in other ways, right? So maybe having a international retreat company, or having, I don't know, whatever. So that part of your job is traveling, as it is. That inner child desire, check. But then the money that you make is actually for you and for other things. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's like that precise disconnection is what is actually affecting your business. Some of you have chosen to live a life based on the methods and not the results. Let's say that you want to be very comfortable. You want to be so comfortable that, you want to be in your PJs, you want to be at home every day, you want to just chill and relax. And your whole business or life is focused on that. But then your inner child is like, but I actually want to live and experience and shop and travel and eat at fancy places and buy equipment to take photographs. I don't know. So it's like maybe you're creating all of this like systems to satisfy what you think you want, but not what you actually want. Instead of a comfort zone, more of a fulfilling life. And that lack of congruence is what is creating an issue here. So how can you maybe restructure things a little to make them more aligned with who you are, who you want to be? Comment below, let me know. This is one to think about. I almost feel like we can take 20 minutes to just like journal after this and be like, huh, what? How can I apply all of this in my life? What does it even mean? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Let me know if it resonates. If it doesn't, that's fine, not your reading. But I think that it's always a good piece of advice to be consistent with ourselves, our desires, and instead of pushing them down, actually listening to them. Alright, Pisces, so this is what I got for you. I hope that it resonates. Let me know. And I'll see you in the next reading. Remember that the forecasts are available for 2024. Recently, with all the forecasts I've been completing, I've been noticing some trends for 2024. And it's a little interesting. I don't know if I'm crazy about it, but there's definitely some points that are very, very worth exploring. So I invite you to check it out. Alright, my loves, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!